Learning how to do high protein shouldn't be that hard. It's literally easiest thing. I'm part of this group on another platform where someone posted today, I am new to all of this high protein. Please teach me how to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know where to start. It's literally this simple. I typed into a Google search macronutrients. And you can see this first one is carbohydrates. The second one is proteins. And you see there beef, you see chicken, you see eggs, you see pork, you see fish, you see shrimp, you see, I think these are oysters. They might be clams, but whatever. Dairy's not really high protein in the sense that like milk doesn't have a lot of protein in it, just so you know. But it also only carries 4% fat by volume. So if you're thinking that getting skim milk is healthier for you, you're wrong because then you're stripping all the protein out of it. And also, if you're eating like 97% lean ground beef, milk per cup is only, so per serving, only 1% more fat than your ground beef. And then, of course, we have like your healthy fats, right? And you'll notice that there's a specific cheese there overlapping in the protein section. And why is it overlapping in the protein section? Well, Parmesan cheese, Parmigiano Reggiano. That's the specific one. It has to come from Italy. That one specifically is very high protein. Now, one of the things that no one likes to really point out is that your nuts are in the fat category, right? So people will be like, I'm eating high protein, I'm eating a lot of nuts. And I'm like, actually, you're eating a lot of fats. Over here on the carbohydrate side, I would say that for some of these things, like these grains in the middle here, you probably only need those once, maybe twice a week. And for all those people being like, well, you need fiber to move your bowels. Yep, all that other stuff, that all has fiber. All of it. All of it has fiber. And over here, that avocado and those fats, those could also help you have a bowel movement, unless you don't have a gallbladder, and then you need to do some special things in case you want to go on a more like keto diet. But let's talk about what the protein needs are. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to get out a calculator. It might be on your phone, but since we're talking here, like you might not want to grab a pencil. I'll wait. Okay. So now that we all have a pencil, I want you to write these three numbers down. 0.79, 0.89, and 1.1. And then I want you to think back to a time that you were actually a healthy body weight. Not like I was at bodybuilder show weight, like a healthy body weight where you had enough energy, you weren't grumpy all the time, you felt pretty good in your own skin, and you had like glorious, like no real blemishes, no dry spots on your skin. Your hair and nails were growing pretty regularly, and you needed to, if you're a guy, go get a trim every 6 weeks. If you're a woman, you were excited that your hair was growing fast and you could get it down to waist length. There wasn't a whole lot of shedding, and your nails weren't splitting or breaking. They were just like strong and nice and like healthy, right? So like my nails don't have a lot of bend to them. They're very strong. And yes, I know they're short, but like that white part is pretty strong. It's, you can hear it when I tap on things. This also needs to be a weight that you were as an adult. And I'm also going to say that there may have been a time where you were pre-pregnancy weight and that was healthy at that point in time, but your body changed a little bit and now that weight doesn't suit you, or you did something differently and that weight would not suit you. So for instance, pre-babies, I'm 5'8". I was 108 pounds at a very healthy body weight. I was competing at a national level in triathlons. I was also ranking pretty high in US Masters swimming at the events that I swam. And I mean, I had tons of energy. I could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I was also racing bikes, and I raced on a men's team, and I was able to keep up with them for most of our group rides, even though like some of those guys were pretty darn fast. So that 108 pounds at that point in time was a healthy body weight for me. However, out of training season, I liked to maintain about 120 because I knew during the season I was going to drop. Post babies, my smallest weight has been 136. 136 looked like this. So let's say I want to get back to 136. I'm going to take, and I want to maintain all of my muscle mass. I'm going to take 136 times 0.89. Remember that middle number I told you to write down? I'm going to take 136 times 0.89, and that's going to be the number of grams of protein I need to get in a day. So if I want to be this, I need to get in 121 grams of protein every day. If I decide for some reason that I want to go compete at a national level again in swimming, or like I decide that I'm going to get a wild hair to go do a triathlon, not in my purview, I'm going to take 136 times 1.1 because I'm going to need 136 grams of protein every day in order to do tissue repair and to keep lean muscle and not have it infiltrated by fat. Now, let's say I want to be 136 pounds and I just want to maintain the amount of muscle that I have, but I still want to lose weight a little faster, right? I'm going to put my protein down at 136 times 0.79, and I'm going to drop my protein intake all the way to 107 to 110 grams of protein a day. So if we go back to that first number, because that's the one that I feel like is the healthiest for me, 120 grams of protein times 4 calories each gives me 480 calories minimum that I'm taking in a day. We know that there's a definition for a clinical eating disorder where you're not eating enough that puts you at 1,200 calories. If you're eating less than 1,200 calories, you have that disorder. So 480 calories, I need to pretty much triple that in order to get over that number. But also, if I want to build lean muscle and maintain it, I need enough fuel to do that. So as a female, I need at least 1,400 calories a day. As a male, closer to 1,600 calories a day. So if I'm breaking up 120 grams of protein into 3 meals, 120 divided by 3 is 40 grams of protein in each meal. Then I just need to look up what is high enough protein that I can get 40 grams each meal. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people in that group say, I don't like eggs. What else do I eat for breakfast? Chicken, steak, pork, whatever it is. Like, just cook it in the crock pot overnight. I don't care. And again, you can do another quick Google search and for, 40 grams of protein. How many ounces of whatever do I need to get 40 ounces of protein? So it's 5 to 6 ounces of chicken, 5.5 to 6 ounces of lean ground beef, 90% lean ground beef, 6 ounces of salmon, 6 to 8 ounces of shrimp, and 6 ounces of ground turkey. And that's the cooked weight, not the raw weight. And some people say, oh, just add like cottage cheese or do all of that. Well, did you know that 60% of people don't carry a genetic to break down milk products, and therefore milk products can be very toxic to them, create inflammation, and basically undo the reason that they're doing a high protein diet? So I do high protein without doing any dairy, and it's not hard. Like, it's really not that hard, and I've been doing it for a while, and my average protein intake is around 115 grams, except when I'm really like, okay, it's time to focus. Which, if I want to win that magazine cover for Maxim and get the trip to Venice, it's going to need to be some focus. So I'm going to start increasing that to 150 grams of protein. And by the way, if you want to vote for that, there's a link in my story. And today is double points, February 13th. If you're interested in having support while you're on a weight loss journey, I'm actually running my 2014 program where I teach people this at the 2014 prices. There's a link in my bio.